You are now listening to Cocktails and Conversations with Javante Wilson and co-host Dennis King.
Her hand on her. So literally, I don't care if that's your mom. She's fucking your nigga. I think that's
What?
it.
Wait!
They was going for 30 minutes. That's enough time to bust a nut.
Everybody knows. I don't play that shit with whoever I'm with. It was very strategic. I have to give it to the bitch. She was crafty.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, y'all not about to sit here and say that. Y'all are not about to sit here and say that because y'all crazy asses. No.
Hey guys, welcome to a new episode of Cocktails and Conversation. I am your host Javante Wilson, and I am here with Dennis King.
Hola.
And it's just the two of us tonight. We thought it would be important to kind of do something a little backwards. And that is kind of like share a little bit about ourselves. Like, you guys are now like 5 episodes in. We are 1 episode from the season finale of this season of Cocktails and Conversations. 6-week sneak peek. And I just thought it would be important to like share a little bit about us, our back stories and history, and kind of like where we are now and where we plan to go. So before we get into that, let's do a little check-in. How are you feeling, Dennis?
Let's do your check-in first. We always do my check-in first.
Oh yeah, that is true. I'm chilling. I am actually like preparing for this year's tree trimming party, which is my annual Christmas party for those that don't know. And
so exciting.
Don't sound so excited. Everybody knows that my party be off the chain. People have been hitting me up like for the last 3 months asking about my Christmas party. Like, they start asking about this Christmas party before they start asking about my birthday party.
I had one person ask me about my WrestleMania party, so now what?
You stopped it from happening.
I know, because I hate watching wrestling with people who don't like watching wrestling.
This is true.
It's too much criticism.
This is
and
true.
all y'all care about is what they fucking wearing, and I hate that.
Well, clearly they care about what they wear because they
No,
do
but that's
special
all
costumes.
y'all talk about, including you.
Yeah, I love it.
See,
I love the theatrics of it all. I love the fireworks. I love the dramatic stage. I love the dramatic entrance. I love the costumes. And it's all for entertainment. Like, clearly, what is it called? WWE? Hello. So I think that, yeah, they do a good job in that area.
But yeah, I was over it for the last one because remember it was 6 fucking hours. I was even over it.
That
and
was
I'm a
insane.
wrestling fanatic.
That was fucking insane.
Yeah.
But the party was cute. It was really fun though. But yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. I'm just like preparing for this year's tree trimming party. But yeah, so how are you feeling tonight? Tim?
I am tired from work, of course. Oh, I learned a new word. Oh, I wonder if you know what it means. It's called blumpkin.
Blunkin?
Yes, I learned it on the Howard Stern
Like
show.
blunkin or blunkin?
Blumpkin.
Blunkin.
What does it sound like to you?
Blunt and pumpkin?
Oh my!
It's smoking a blunt
Oh
with
my
a
god!
pumpkin?
I never thought. No, it means when you're on the toilet shitting, and somebody's giving you head.
What
Yes.
the fuck?
It's a real word. I even Googled it after Howard Stern said it.
What?
Yes.
That is nasty. Well, let me not be
To each his
judgmental.
own.
Okay?
Okay.
Would you blunkin?
I think I would.
Have you blunked?
No, I don't like to. Well, I don't think I would because I don't like doing anything sexual in the bathroom. That's the only place where
Really?
I'm straight is in the bathroom.
In the street.
Yes, because I don't think nothing sexual. Like if I'm in a public restroom, I see somebody that's cute or something.
Yeah.
I never like try to sneak a look or
Get
nothing.
a little.
I just do my best and go. I don't never think sexually when I'm in. I don't even jack off in the bathroom. I think that's just so nasty.
Yeah, that's annoying. Having to jack off in the bathroom is almost like you fucking taking me back to childhood. It's uncomfortable. Like, I need to be laying down.
It
with some
really
shit.
is.
Yeah.
But I used to look through the window at Buddy when he used to jack off in the bathroom.
Oh, the window. There
Yeah,
was a
at
window
his
here?
Hunter house.
Oh,
Like,
outside
I'll
of
go
like outside
outside
inside. Oh,
And look at him.
yeah.
That's the only like type
And
of sexual.
wait. How do you used to know when he's going to go jack off?
Because we was roommates. We was in the same room, in the back room.
But how do you know that that's what he's going to do? You know, if he's going to take a shit or piss, you just like, let me just go chance and see.
And he would take his anime. He would jack off to anime.
Anime.
Yeah. He would jack off to his drawings. He'll draw his porn.
Okay.
And then he'll go in the back room. And it was sometimes, he would do other stuff. Like, it was just regular times. But I would keep, every time you go to the bathroom, if
You
I'm
would
there,
just check and look.
I'll check.
I bet you gotta go in there. At some point, you gonna beat that meat. Okay. I am dead. I kind of guilty of doing something similar. But yeah.
What?
Okay, so here's my thing. It wasn't purposely done. I just caught somebody in the act. And so I was at a slumber party. And this is like before like I even started masturbating. I was like, I want to say TMI, and this is so random. The first time I ever like had sex was with a woman or a girl, and I had never masturbated before having sex.
Wait. TMI, the first time I ever had sex was with a woman or a girl. What does that mean?
I'm sorry. It was with a girl.
Oh.
It was a girl. We were 13, and it was with a girl. And
you inserted your cock in her?
Don't say cock.
Oh.
I can't stand that
I was so
word.
uncomfortable by that.
Yeah.
One time I thought you was a gold star gay.
Absolutely not. I have sex with more than one woman or girl. More than once.
You
Yes.
ate her.
That is the only thing I have never done, and I kind of still am curious about doing.
Touching my pearls.
I see. I thought you had a rash.
I will have this conversation. Oh no.
But yeah, I have never eaten a girl.
How was your experience?
Like sexually with a girl?
Your first experience.
With a girl?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was at my house, or my mother's house, clearly. And we were there, and randomly we found a porno. This is like on tape. And so we were watching the pornos, and clearly girls get just as horny as guys do. And so we were in a kitchen, and we tried what they were doing a porno, which was missionary though. And so I had never had an orgasm, so I didn't know what the fuck it felt like. So after this is so,
you nutted in her?
No, but like, so after a few pumps, like I would say like at like my 6th or 7th pump, I was like, I felt something happening, and I hopped up and I put my pants up, and I just like, I feel like I just felt like you almost like you gagging, but your stomach is like, it's so weird. And I just stopped, and because I don't know what the fuck was happening. I don't know what the fuck was happening to me. And then like I would say like a year or two later, I've discovered masturbation, and I was like, oh, that's what the fuck that feeling was.
And at this time, you were straight. You never had
I never had sex with a guy. No, I didn't have sex with a guy. My first time was like 17.
And where was that?
Almost
at?
18. At his house, I had was coming home from summer school, and like it's like 11th grade going to, and his name started with a C, and I lost contact with him. That was my only male straight friend. And then fast forward to me now later on in life, I remember this girl I went to school with was like, oh, my cousin said that he knows you. And then she said that C name, and I was like, oh yeah, that's like my childhood friend, blah blah blah. And so we started talking, and we talked through AIM. And so that's how we communicated. And then he was like, oh, you never did it before? I'm like, no. And so he was like, okay, well, come over after school and we can do it. And I was like, okay. And so
he fucked you?
Yes, he did.
Did you like it?
Not at all. I felt so disgusted.
Did you shit on him?
I did not. And I did not know anything about dishing at the time.
Look at you, Mr. Clean.
Okay. I was good. But and I didn't know about the whole like not eating before and all that. Like I don't believe I ate before, but I didn't know about any of the tricks and the rules.
So you were just with it when he said let's do it?
Well, no, we were talking for at least 2 weeks, and honestly at that point I was going grappling like with my sexual orientation and like, am I really gay? Like I know I look at guys the same way that my female cousin look at guys, but I've never acted on it. So like, does it like, am I really gay or not? And so I was like, I wanted to more so get it out the way opposed to wanting it to be special.
And this is the first boy you ever messed with, period?
Mm-hmm.
And the first boy you kissed?
I don't even recall us kissing.
You sucked his dick?
I think so. I don't recall. I just remember the actual penetration.
Oh.
I remember him. No, I don't think I did. I think he ate.
He ate your ass.
Uh-huh.
You had ass eating early on.
Uh-huh. And
How old was he?
I want to say 19.
Wow. I had not had came across a nigga that ate ass.
And well, clearly
Until
he
my
was clearly
20s.
he was clearly way more experienced than what I was, because he had
Sound
lube
like
and
it.
everything.
Oh shit.
The condom ready. He was just like, he was prepared.
My experience was like that. It was not like that at all.
What was your first experience?
I was talking with Brandon on AIM. Well, I met him in the AIM gay chat room.
Mm-hmm, I remember that.
You know,
What was the
mine
three
was-
thing?
Mine was male, black, 17,
Oh, you get the A.
verse, S2R, send to receive.
S2R. Yeah, I never.
And then from there, we was talking, and then he lied to me and said that he worked at Walmart when I was living in the jungles. And he came over one night, and then he said, when we was watching TV, we was watching Flavor of Love, and he said, I would like some Becky. That's when Plies song was out. But I didn't know what that meant, because I don't
corny.
listen to rap. I didn't listen to rap at this time. I was still listening to Disney. So he said that, and I was like, okay. And then from there, but I had already practiced this. I remember, that's when
You practiced on
Yeah.
what, a banana?
No, the cucumber. Yes.
Did you created the cucumber challenge?
Oh, I was practicing fucking myself with the cucumber.
Wait, what? So you pretty much took your own virginity?
Yeah, I was like already practicing for it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So what if they are not as big as a cucumber, so you already ready?
I didn't think of that through.
Okay.
I was just trying to do it to
See if you could take it.
Yeah.
Oh, you.
But I didn't know about the cleaning part either, but I wasn't clean like that. It was shit everywhere. The whole bed.
Okay.
He had to take the covers out.
Dennis. Oh my God.
He had to take the covers off the bed. Well, we had to take the covers off the bed. It was everywhere. Yes. And then it even affect, and it's to this day. That's why I still don't like getting fucked, because I can feel it afterwards. And then what you call it? I
Do you
felt
clean
it at
these
school.
days?
Yes, but I still can feel it afterwards. But this was like
the
just a
penetration.
Yes, I could still feel the person inside me.
So you didn't feel that with the cucumber?
Not to know, because I was only doing it like one time. Oh, I could feel it because they're constantly yes.
Because of the constant penetration.
And then from the next day I went to school, which I went to Locke High School. And then
The hood.
from there I had shit on myself. I remember at the 5th period, and then
How old were you?
I was 17.
So you were great.
I think I was in 11th grade.
Wow.
And then I shit on myself, and then
Because you passed gas or something, or you just
yes,
thought you go to the
because my hole was still open from him fucking me.
Oh my God.
It was a mess. My stomach was hurting me for days. But this was the next day after, and then I shit on myself, and then I had to go to the bathroom. I cleaned it up, and then I left. I found a way to get out of the school. Yeah, I found a way to get out of the school because it's still 5th period. It was 6 periods.
Oh, okay.
And so after I left, I escaped out of the school, ran to the Avalon station. As I'm going up the Avalon station, I shit on myself again, going up the stairs. And then on the train, I was just like, it was smelling so bad. And then this lady was like, somebody on here smells like shit. And then I'm just looking with her like, who is it?
Oh my God.
And then from there, I just remember constantly shitting on myself for that whole day. And I did not get fucked or nothing. That was my first experience. I didn't have sex for a while.
After.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I did, yeah.
For me, because that was like before my senior year. And so I same. Like I definitely did not have sex again, and until like 18, and it was during my senior year, and I was like 18, and the guy I was with was 22, and so like I was actually attracted to him, and well, more attracted to him than the first. And then and we would mess around, and it seemed like, because I used to always ditch first period to go to his house. Like I would catch the bus to his house because he lived near my school, and then get off the bus and go mess around with him, and then go to school. And then it was crazy because it seemed like every time we decided to hang out and link up and do something, it always rained that day. Randomly, it always rained. So I used to like make that be like my excuse to why I'm late to school due to the rain, and I take public transportation.
Oh,
I was taking a
wow.
bus from Compton to Lakewood every day.
And they didn't have the train?
No, yeah, they did, but I lived in the Wilmington Arms with my aunt. So
What's that?
the low-key baby projects of Compton.
Oh.
And so they offer like Wilmington, so I would take the something 205 or something, like whatever the Wilmington bus is, the Metro bus, and then to the Artesia station and get on the 130 that goes down Artesia. The 205 or something, whatever the bus it
Okay,
is.
don't get stuck.
Okay, but yeah. I'm like, damn, I remember the bus, so whatever. But yeah. But anyways, so
Did your mom know that you was gay at this point? When did she find out?
No, but you'll keep it to me. I told my mom that I came out and said I was bi, and it's go with straight gay. I thought.
But you were bi because you were hitting the vagina.
At this point, I had.
Just before 13?
No. I told her after I was like out of high school, like the summer that I graduated from high school, and so
She couldn't tell?
I'm sure she knew. That's why when she acted surprised, I'm like, girl, please. But I wasn't messing with women and guys at the same time. Like after I was done with women and I started dating.
I love how you say women.
Or girls. When I stopped dealing with girls, I then start dealing with guys. Like I never did both at once. And once I started dealing with guys, I kind of just stopped dealing with girls. And so, but I just said bi because I thought it would be a little bit easier. Like I thought that would be like easing it on a little bit better. And so I remember running, so I was go dancing at the Catch, and I remember running to a family friend at the Catch, her and her brother. And so I was like, fuck. And so I just knew.
So what, did you just grab your panties and run off the stage?
I don't wear panties.
Oh.
No. I wasn't. This particular night, I wasn't dancing. I wasn't dancing at the moment. And I was off stage. I was on the dance floor, and I ran into her and I seen her, so I gave her a hug and spoke to her, whatever. And she was like, she said something like, "Oh, don't tell nobody you see me here," but just because she said not to tell nobody that I seen her there doesn't mean that she wasn't going to tell nobody that she seen me there. And she was good friends with my aunt, which is my mom's sister, and they all grew up together. So my thought process was, I know my mom would be more upset if she found out through someone else outside of me. So like, let me tell her myself. And so I text her I took a nap, and I literally, someone woke me up out of the middle of my nap and said, text your mom and tell her you're gay. It was so weird. And so
And you did?
I texted her and I said, I'm bi. And then she was like, she said, you're bi what? And I said, bisexual. And then she called me and she was like, you what? And I was like, I'm bisexual. And she was like, I am, what'd she say? Wow, I already knew that. And she said, wow, this has messed up my whole day. And
wow, but you already knew that.
Yeah, right. And so I was just like, okay. And so then that was that. And so then I hung up the phone or whatever. And then like 2 to 3 hours later, she texted me like, it doesn't matter who you are, what you are. You still my son. I still love you no matter what. Blah blah blah. And so I'm grateful that my coming out story is not as severe as a lot of people's coming out story.
Hell yeah.
Because theirs are really intense, and so
mine was very intense.
Was it?
It's almost traumatic. Wow, and that makes you laugh?
The way you said it. Okay, so tell us about your coming out story.
I'm lying.
Bitch.
I don't have a coming out story because
Really?
I didn't have to tell. I don't feel like I didn't have to like tell anybody.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody that was straight in my life found out I was gay when I started having parties on 107.
For sure.
Yeah, so
That's
I didn't
where
have
I
to.
met you.
Yeah, I didn't have to tell nobody I was gay because they would just show up.
And show out.
And then that was like the first time I actually ever had like friends. So seeing them is like a clear indication.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, yeah.
Yeah. they were pretty gay.
Especially when you're around feminine people, it's like
Yeah.
you don't really need to make announcements.
Yeah, no.
And then at that time, I was real, I would say more vulgar and vocal on social media to where I was talking nasty and posting shit. Like,
it was very clear that you're very gay.
Yeah.
You're very, very gay.
And I was like more open.
I used to be like, who is this crazy male Wendy Williams gay boy on Facebook?
Yeah.
It was pretty intense.
I regret that.
Really?
Yes. Because that has not only... It has blocked it has blocked me from dating people who I wanted to date because they first heard about me before they met me, and then they already had what's that called, preconceived notions about me, and they already thought they knew stuff about me before they met me.
Yeah.
Like I've talked to people before. They were like, "Oh yes, I heard you live on 107th, the whole house. You be having threesomes there and everything, sex parties, escapades."
Come on, escapades.
Telling me what's going on in my house,
Right?
And then some people did.
But you never really, in my opinion, I feel like you never cleared the air or set the record straight. Like I feel like you just kind of like let people assume whatever they were going to assume, and like it was like whatever. Like it never seemed like you really defended anything or took a stance. Like for instance, like how vocal you were on social media, like how people like clap back now or like state their piece on social media. You're very vocal on social media about like how you felt and expressing yourself, whether it be sexual or whatever the case may be. But when defending yourself, it seemed like you never did that.
Because I feel like that's like a waste of time to do that. Especially, I feel like defending myself comes when you meet me in person and we actually spend time together. But
I don't know, because when you can meet somebody for the first time and some of the questions that you ask play into the part with the character that they have created for you.
But to go with that is I ask people questions that I want to know. Like, if I feel it, I'll ask you, because in my mind, we're not going to be friends. I'm not going to see you after this. I don't know what's going to happen. If you're here and we're chilling and I want to know sexual questions or whatever about you, I might as well just ask you now.
Yeah, this is
I don't think about this is going to be my friend in 2 years.
Yeah.
How dare myself asking you these questions.
Yeah.
And then I feel like I feel after that, if you keep coming, you'll get to know me and you'll see that when you see me in a group setting with people, that's not me. I'm just like really just putting on a character, like to make the night more elaborate or fun or whatever. Well, I think that was the issue with your ex person date that guy used to date. Because he wanted to be my friend. The one with I forgot his name. Uncle.
Oh.
Because every time he see me, we'll be chilling in a group. And I'll be loud and rambunctious and ask people.
And it turns him off.
Yeah, and then that's when he wanted to be my friend. And then he would see me, if it's like a setting like this, I'm real chill. Yeah. And I don't do all that. And then he thought it was an issue.
Yeah. Going back to the questions. Randomly, y'all, when I first met Dennis, he proceeded to ask me his questions, and I have always had a level of media training. So because I didn't answer the questions, Dennis was not trying to fuck with me. And the roundup part is like, I don't know what like draw me to you, because I remember like trying to like hit you up a couple times or try to be your friend, and Dennis was not fucking with me.
You had never hit me up before.
I did.
How did you hit me up?
On Facebook, because I didn't have your number or anything, and I met you through that third party that I was not trying to connect with on that level. But I was like, oh, he's crazy, but he seems like a cool guy to be friends with, because I was just getting introduced to the gay world around that time.
That is crazy. I didn't know that.
I probably because you ignored my inboxes or my comments on your page.
Wow, that's crazy. My first time meeting you is how I felt I was the first time. Was when you came in the house.
That's what I'm talking about. That was the first time. And after that, I tried to keep in contact, and you were not feeling it.
Oh, yeah, because I didn't like you.
Please share why you don't like me.
Because you were the first person who publicly did not answer my questions, and I was so taken back by that because
I'm at your house.
I was so exactly. And then you're drinking our wine, and then you not answering my questions, and then at this time I didn't even have the mindset of don't ask this person this, that might make them uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I just ask however I feel. Whatever I need to ask you, I'm going to ask you right now.
Yeah. And
that's what I did. You wouldn't answer the questions. I was like, the fuck? I don't like this stuck-up ass bitch.
Yeah.
Can't wait for him to leave. And then I told my ex who was dating you, or was y'all dating?
We were hanging out. We were never dating. That wasn't even supposed to happen.
Yeah.
No shade.
I told him, I hope I never see him again. And then I was telling DeAndre, because he told me that he had interest in you. I said, really? Oh.
That was the crazy part, was that we both were feeling each other and didn't know that we were both feeling each other.
And I think that's probably why that's probably was a component of why DeAndre was interested in you, because you wasn't like everybody else that walked through that fucking door. Because he typically didn't like those.
Yeah, it was a little bit more discreet, not laying it low and spreading it wide for everything moving. But yeah. So, tell us a little bit about your childhood, Dennis, if you care to, or elaborate as much as you would like to.
My childhood, I was raised in foster care from 2 years old up until I think 25. I was in foster care. I was in 2 families. My first family is my family. And I was with them up until middle school, until my mom got I forgot what it's called.
Autism?
No, autism.
No, I mean, not autism, but
what is it?
Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's.
Yeah,
yes.
autism.
Until okay.
I don't know where the fuck I just went.
Where you get that?
I don't know.
Until she started forgetting stuff, and my social worker caught on to it, and then he moved me to Miss Hunter House, and that's when I met my second family, and I was with them until I found out about transitional housing. And that's when I moved to 107.
Wait, pause really quick. Did your social worker tell you about transitional housing, or did you find it out yourself?
My brother was already in transitional housing. When
your blood brother?
Huh?
Your blood brother?
No, I don't have any blood. So every time I say brother, that's from my first family.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And were you weren't the only person that was adopted from the first family?
What do you mean adopted?
Were there any other foster care or foster children in the home, or were you the only one?
Oh, it's 6 of us.
Okay.
I have 3 sisters and 3 brothers.
Okay. And so one of them found out about the transitional housing and shared it with you.
Yeah, like after we got split up. When I went to Miss Hunter House, I found out that he was in transitional housing in the jungles, and I used to always visit him. And then from there, I met Miss Johnson, You remember Ms. Johnson?
I never met her, but I heard so much
Oh,
about
yes.
her.
She's the director of it all. Of the transitional housing.
I mean, you so happen to live in the apartment upstairs from her.
No, I met her from visiting him, and she told me, when you become 16, let me know, and I'll get an apartment for you.
At 16?
Yeah. That's when I first moved to the jungles.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so how old were you when you moved with Miss Hunter?
I was in 8th grade. So I don't know what age. I think 14 or 15.
Yeah. And wow. And then you went to transitional living at 16.
Yes.
Wow.
16 or 17.
Okay.
So I lost my virginity when I was moved to the jungles. Yes.
And then you were at the jungles for how long before you moved to 107?
I believe like a year or so. Because I met DeAndre, and then DeAndre moved in. Then DeAndre got into it with this boy named Quintel. They trashed the house. Like, DeAndre and Quintel got into it, and Quintel trashed the house.
Oh,
and then we came up with this plan to say that it was a robbery. And then we need to go. So Ms. Johnson moved me to 107 for my safety.
Oh.
And then that's when...
Y'all was crafty.
We really was. It was a good plan. It was executed very well.
Okay, to where clearly she believed it.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Okay. And so after transitioning from
107 got too fucking hectic.
Yeah.
And then they moved me back to the jungles. And then I went back to 107. And then from 107, that's when I graduated, quote unquote, from transitional housing to Laverne. And then that's when I got my life on track. Stop fucking with these niggas. But yeah.
Well, I was there for that part. Nice. Okay. Well,
yours is a little more different.
Yeah, my childhood is, I guess, unique in a sense. So,
how would you describe it in one word?
Challenging. I don't know.
Were you happy?
As a kid? No. Yeah, no.
Why weren't you happy?
I had happy moments and times, but I wasn't really happy. I have always felt like, and kind of like how I do current day, like I always have had an insight on, I guess, how things should be and go in the world. And so I always had questions. And so when shit didn't add up to me or make sense to me, I always questioned things. But I grew up in a environment of you just listen to your parents. You don't question anything. What they tell you goes. And you listen and you shut the hell up for the most part. And I mean, unless you're asked. And then there are times that you're asked, well, how you feel about this, how you feel about that, whatever. But for the most part, you don't supposed to question your parents or talk back to your parents. That's the kind of like urban black community that I grew up in. It's not just my household, it's most black communities or black households. And so when things didn't add up for me or it makes sense to me, I always question them. So I have always been looked as being the somewhat of a problem child, the smart mouth child, maybe sometimes you think too grown child, a number of different things. And so, and compared to my sister was very, twin, she's very shy. She was very shy and kind of like quiet and kind of, very much passive. And so, it was different for us. And so,
Did you guys share a room?
We did not live together. So no, we never shared a room.
Did you have your own room?
Never have had my own room.
You never had your own room?
Mm-mm. Well, I think that I got my own room when I turned 16, but within that same year, I got kicked out and been on my own since then. So, yeah.
Sometimes I think I had my own room for as long as I can remember, and I wish I didn't have my own room.
Really? I always
when I
wanted
look back at it now, I wish I didn't, because I feel like that affected me now to where
you like to be isolated.
Yes, and I feel weird when I'm with people. As you know now, like I can't even be in a hotel room with people. I told you when we go to Vegas, we have to be in different rooms.
Yes,
I cannot be in a room with people, and then I think I got used to being invisible to where it's a house full of people, but nobody ever comes in my room. Nobody ever comes and talks to me. I go out and talk to them, and
you done.
And then it got to a point where later on, like moving in Miss Hunter house, sharing a room, and then people seeing, questioning me, like they're interested in who I am and stuff. It's like you go so long being invisible, and then even now when people see me and then they talk to me, I look like, are you talking to me? Like I'd be so surprised when people say, "Oh, I remember you from," like when that girl said that we met before. I'm like, how do you remember me?
Yeah.
And then I think that all stems from being by myself all them years.
So I have a question for you. So what does love looks like for you? Like, what does love look like for you in the form of a friendship, maybe a familyship, and then relationship? Because you have had a unique upbringing, to where, like, I'll just like touch on mine really quick. Like, I feel like I definitely was loved. Like, even though like I have the feelings that I have about certain things that happened in my childhood, I definitely know for sure, without a doubt, that I was loved and still am loved. Like, my mom loves me down. Like, I have no questions about that. And my father, I mean, I know he loves me, but, you know, he has a unique way of, you know, displaying how he feels about people just because of his being nonchalant. But how do you interpret love?
That is weird for me to answer. But for me, love is uncomfortable. But I can tell when somebody loves me because I feel uncomfortable. Okay. That is like the first sign. This
motherfucker must love me.
Yes, that's like the first sign. Like when you try to get deep, like when you called me the other day and say, "How are you?" I said, "Why are you asking me this?" Like, to me, that's not.
What's the question?
Yeah, only people who care ask you that. And then for me, love is, I don't know. Well, I do know. Like I said, it makes me uncomfortable because you feel it inside you. Even you feel it inside you to where it can make you cry when you think about the person. Like, not in a painful way. Just I just hope that person's okay type thing.
So it's a moving feeling.
Exactly.
Sure. How did you get to that place though? Did you, like, was it hard for you to receive love because you said it's uncomfortable, and it's still clearly uncomfortable? So, like, how do you process love?
I think I process it easy.
Okay.
I think for me, dang, that's a good question. I don't even know what you asked me just now. But I just know it was a good question. I've never been asked before.
Yeah.
How do I process? You said, how do I process love?
Yeah. Because, like, you know, some people run for love or they don't know how to receive it. Okay, I get you. For me, I feel like I do know how to receive it, and I don't fight against it. Like, oh my God, you love me. I have to tarnish this relationship now. I feel like I'm easily loved based off because I've been lucky to have two different families
compared to people who don't even get a family.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I've been loved all my life. It's just, for me, it's just uncomfortable because of the person I am. But it's easy for me to understand that somebody loves me based off how they treat me.
Yeah.
And it's easy for me to feel it. It's just not easy for me to reciprocate it for the person. I guess in a traditional sense.
Yeah.
But I feel like I do communicate it, but just in another way. Like, you can tell I love you.
Yeah.
Even though I don't ever say it to you.
Yeah. You're very non-traditional when it comes to your way of displaying love.
Yes.
You which I mean, and there are a lot of people that display love in different ways, especially we all have different love languages. But I know for sure, I can tell when you have love and compassion and care about someone compared to when you don't. So I definitely know that. But I mean, that was just a question I've always thought about. Like, what, damn, I know it has to be like, just, I guess, comparing but not comparing. I look at my life and then put myself in your shoes, to where, like, I have had a rough upbringing, but still one of the most decent upbringings. And even through a lot of the challenges that I went through with my parents, I know for sure that I was loved. Like, one thing my mom showed me was love and affection. And I know how to give it as well as receive it, because it was given to me unconditionally. And I have dated people that don't necessarily know how to receive, or when I do give it to them, it's like they almost crumble because it's abnormal for them, and that's all they seek and they want. And so I think a big part of why I'm able to maneuver through this world and life is because I know and knew that I was loved and given that love that a lot of people are seeking in relationships and different things, to where I don't need you to validate me. I don't need you to love me for me to feel whole, because that has been installed in me. It's planted in me. And so so when I do come across people that may not have had the same similar upbringing, and I think that's one thing that, like, it made me resonate to you, because, like, damn, like, I want to give you what I received.
I think that's what I come across with most people who I've connected to, like, when they get to know me, because I don't off the bat, I never tell people I was in foster care until they start asking questions about who's my mom and stuff like that, because I never talk like that. Like, I never say, I'm going to go to my mom's house or something like that. So, and then people automatically they feel bad for me. And then it's like, either they feel bad for me or they say, you must have had it bad.
But see,
I feel like that's always what I get.
But the crazy part is, I never felt bad for you, because it seemed like I think you masked it really well, whether if it's how you felt or not. It didn't seem like it took as much of an effect on you, like, just outside looking in. But I always had empathy for you, because you didn't have what I had, which was, like, family, in a sense of, like, when it came to holidays and things like that, I was like, well, I don't feel like, and I guess there's another thing that was installed in me, like, well, why should you have to spend the holidays alone? Or you're like, bitch, nobody cooking? I'm about to bring you some food.
But wait, I did have all that growing up.
Right, okay.
I stopped when I left Miss Hunter house, because I've never liked it. I felt I was always pressured into it because everybody else liked it.
Okay.
I've always been by myself in my room. I try to lock myself in my room on those dates. I've always had the same stance on that. I've never liked that.
Okay.
I don't like when distant family members come over, walk through your house and shit, sit with you and have uncomfortable conversations. I don't like none of that.
Which is actually funny, because I don't care for either. I never care for family coming over. I never care for going to cousins' house if I didn't know them like that or care for them like that. And being introduced to like, oh, this is your cousin. This is I'm like, okay, girl, leave me at home. I'm cool. But I don't know. But at the same time, because I think it for me, I thought I was like being like selfish and like took things for granted when you meet people that didn't have family. I guess I made an assumption that because maybe that wasn't what you were getting or experienced, that I feel like I needed to like step in and like do something.
Like that's I feel you because that's I just feel that's my choice. Like when people say, "Oh, what are you going to do for Thanksgiving?" I say, "Nothing. I just want to be by myself." Mm-hmm. That's really what I want.
That's me for Christmas every day. I mean every year. And people think that I'm insane. Like my tree trimming party is my Christmas. That's over at the first weekend of December. That's it. On Christmas Day, I don't want my Merry Christmas for me is not being bothered by people.
Okay.
That is a beautiful.
What's your biggest regret of your childhood?
I don't think I have any regrets from my childhood. I don't think I had any regrets. Well, okay, I take that back. So, the one thing that I wish that I had was a better relationship with my dad. I like always fantasize about having a older brother, like someone that was at least 5 years older than me, like a big brother. And so by me being the oldest, I don't have a big brother. And so or the oldest brother, I don't have a big brother. And so that was clearly like, okay, well, that's not going to happen. And so the next closest thing to having a close relationship to a male, which should be the first thing, was the connection between me and my father. And then like I had a pretty close connection with my grandfather because I was the first boy, and he wanted a boy bad, and he had all girls, 4 girls, whatever. And so I was spoiled in the sense of like, oh, you're the first boy, blah, blah, blah. But my grandfather transitioned very early. Like I think I was like 9 when he died. So, growing up without a male figure, it was a little challenging, and I wanted that. And so I feel like because my dad gave it in a sense, but it was very limited, I didn't seek anything outside of that. So my male cousins on my mom's side, when they were like rough play and do guy things and shit like that, I went the other way. I was like, I'm not being a part of this shit. Don't touch me. Don't talk to me. And I had an attitude towards them, and I was very, very stern. And because I was my mom's child, and everybody
knew like, what's her problem?
Don't bitch. But they knew I was like my mom's child, and they knew my mom didn't play. It was just like, leave them alone, like whatever. Just like kind of left me be. And so, if anything, I regret not building a stronger connection with male family members on actually both sides of the family, because to this day it's still a strain. Like it's not, I don't have a close relationship with really any males in my family. And so the father figure or the big brother aspect is absent, and my dad is committed to being who he is, so he is not going to give more than what he is given, as much as I have tried to have a stronger and better relationship and connection with him. It's just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Not oh well.
That's where I'm at with it. But thank you guys for listening to this episode of Cocktails and Conversation. We got a little deep. Weigh in, share how you guys feel about our conversation, and also share a little bit about your childhood and what you guys experienced and endured, and even if you guys can relate. Thank you guys for this season. We have one more episode. We have Mr. Cornell. He was on Ayanla Fix My Life on this car. This next episode that's coming up, our final episode our final episode of the season. Yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. Bye.